Good morning, owners. I'm just getting done with a 5 mile run, and I want to do a video on the importance of commitment and on the importance of commitment and discipline surrounding your health. So forgive me, I'm on the floor right now, but I'm trying to stretch out. So a couple things that that people have asked me as to how I'm able to maintain my consistency in running all the time, my discipline. Well, for starters, I actually enjoy running. Here in the UK right now, it's cold. It's freezing outside, but nonetheless I still enjoy running. I prefer to run earlier in the day, at least within an hour from waking up. So really what I want to do is give you a couple tips in maintaining that discipline, that consistency, that commitment to your health. And we know that there's different factors for everyone. And so hopefully these tips could help you out as they helped me. I mean, these are things that I think about when when I want to stay disciplined, when I know I have to stay disciplined. So what I would suggest for someone that isn't a runner, doesn't enjoy running, is to first and foremost make that decision and understand why it's important for you to run. Because if you don't understand it, more than likely, just like with anything in life, if you don't understand the reason behind the reason why you're doing it, its purpose, you're gonna trash it, you're gonna leave it behind. So understand why it's important for you to run. It's important for you to maintain your health. It's important for you to stay in good shape, whether you have kids or not, but just longevity, just to have a healthy lifestyle. So find your purpose, find the meaning behind why you should exercise regularly, run regularly. Tip number 2 is set a time. Set a time when you will run. Commit to that time. Write it down. Have reminders set in place. For me, I usually like to run within an hour from waking up. My routine. Have a routine. These are things that I don't have to think about. This is literally what I do every single morning. I wake up. I have about 500 milliliters of water, just water, right? Right after that, I'll make a tea with lemon, honey, ginger, a couple other things. But I'll have that to kind of get my system going, and then I'll at times, depending on how the length of my run, I'll have a meal before it. So if I'm gonna run distance, I'll have a meal before it. If I'm not gonna run distance, if I'm just running for speed, for time, I'll have no meal. I'll just have the water, my tea, and I'm out the door within an hour. I usually don't check emails. That's one thing I stay away from. I stay away from checking email. I stay away from social media. At least within the first 2 hours of my day, no social media. I may listen to an audiobook, something to kind of get the gears going. I'll do some meditating, read scripture to wake me up. All that within an hour of waking up, and then I commit that within that hour, I'm out the door. Like as I'm getting my water, preparing my drink. I'm putting sweats on if it's cold outside. I'm putting shorts, whatever. But I'm dressing myself up, preparing myself, getting my shoes, putting them by the door. Getting that just preparing myself, pretty much preparing myself, letting me know mentally that, hey, I gotta leave within an hour. If I don't put those things in place, it's kind of like, all right, I can put it aside. I can put it off, and I don't have to run till later today, because I make my schedule. So I'm fortunate enough to do that. And if you don't have that, if your schedule isn't set up like that, where you have to wake up, you have to go to work, then set aside some time to where 2 or 3 hours, you wake up 2 or 3 hours before that, before you have to go to work, and then fit that exercise. Because what you want to do, this is important for me, is you want to set some time aside for yourself before you take on the projects of the world, other people's checklists of things for you to do for them. So why don't you design a checklist for you to do for yourself, instead of the first thing is you preparing to do things for other people, for uh, your job or whatever. I mean, some people may have kids, and so what I do, I have a son. So what I do is I get up before he does, because I need to prep myself for this guy, because he's full of energy. I mean, he's up, he's ready to go. He doesn't care, what I have on my list of things to do. He wants to get up, he wants to have fun, he wants to, just get out the house, and I'm all for that too. So I have to do my things. I have to get my checklist done before I can be prepared for him, or even take on things that he needs, right? So that's something that I do. I just prep all my things, the night before. So throughout your run, what I would suggest is, if you're not into long distance, or if you're not into like a timed run, what helps me is that as I'm running, I try to pace myself. Right now I'm running at about 8:35 to 8:50 mile, right? And that's just steady. That's not pushing myself. I'm just running at a steady pace. And I know that because as I'm running, I have the Nike app on, and every mile it lets me know, hey, this is what you're timed. This is what your mile is. Your typical mile is. So I'm within that. I'm within 20 seconds of a mile. So between 8:35, 8:50 ish. And so I like to pace myself. I don't overdo it, because what happens is, and this goes for even weight training, you go to the gym, you try to take on too much, and then your body's, not accustomed to that. So what happens is, the next day you're hurting, you don't want to go back, you didn't enjoy it. It's not something that mentally you're prepared to have, your body to take on. So because you're not mentally prepared for it, what will happen is you're going to shy away from it. You're not going to want any more of that. So unless you've built this up already, then you'll understand, okay, hey, I'm going to go through some hurting. My legs are going to hurt, my knees are going to hurt, my back is going to hurt. I'm going to feel some soreness. Not that it's going to hurt, but you're going to feel some soreness. And if you're not used to that, and you're not mentally built for that, you're going to shy away from it. You're going to go away from it. And so I would suggest, first and foremost, as you're running, pace yourself. Don't overdo it. If you need to walk, that's fine. Run, walk. Set a time once again. So although, you may not be accustomed to running, just set a time. Okay, hey, I'm going to do, or a distance. I'm going to do 1.5 miles. I'm going to do 1 mile. I'm going to do 2 miles. Or I'm going to do 30 minutes. I'm going to do 20 minutes. However you want to design it, however much time you have to set aside for that, right? Or you want to devote to that. For me, the other thing too is that as I'm running, I love to run with a smile on my face, because that kind of sets my mood. If I know I got to run 5 miles, I'm like, all right, I got to just enjoy this thing, and just kind of, pace myself and enjoy, nature. I don't run with headphones. I used to. For me, it was very difficult, because I always thought I needed to run with music, or I need something audio. I need to be listening to something as I'm running. And what I've learned is, you'll accept what you're excuse me, you'll accept what you think is for you. So what I mean by that is, if you think that you actually need music to go running, then you can't see another way of of running. you'll feel like there's no way I can run without headphones on. There's no way that I can run without listening to an audiobook or music. And because I no longer wanted to depend on that, so now I'm focused on uh, not having it. I'm focused on not accepting that I need to be dependent of music, of audiobooks to to get me to go. I want to mentally build myself, my mental toughness to say, okay, I can do this. I can have my own thoughts. I can, think, I can talk to God. I can, have my spiritual time to meditate on, what I got to take on in the day. So I use that time as well to kind of think about ideas and to just kind of, um, meditate on things that are important to me. So I don't want I don't want other people's views or other people's concepts or things, to kind of cloud my judgment or so early in the day. I want to just be in my thought and focus on that. So I like to smile. I like to not have music, and I also like to greet people as I'm running. So not everyone is going to say good morning or good evening, good afternoon, whatever. But that's not my business. It's not my business for me to care whether or not they're going to, reciprocate that exchange. I initiate it. If they take it, they don't take it. Hey, that's fine. I keep it going. I keep moving. And that's one thing that I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy connecting with people. So if they have good energy, I'll take their good energy. If they're not, receptive to that, that's fine. Hey, I'll drop it. I'll let it go. So what pushes me is that I'm always smiling. I'm always looking to see who's that next person that I'm going to greet. Are they going to be wearing a mask? Are they going to move to the side? Are they going to talk back to me? I don't know, but that kind of pushes me if I'm already tired at the point where I'm like, man, I'm already doing 4 miles, or I'm at 3 miles. I'm at 5 miles. Geez. Okay. So I don't think about the run. I think about, the next person that I'm going to greet. I think about whether or not, those aspects, if they're going to greet me back, if they're going to have a mask on. And that excuse me, that does help me. And I would say, yeah, those are most of the things that kind of help me stick to my routine and for distance and for time. I no longer have headphones, and that doesn't make me better than you or anything like that. It just says, I'm just saying that I've decided to let go of that dependency of music. Even with like whatever music I'm listening to, with like hip hop music, I'm learning to really get away from that type of music and make sure that I'm feeding my mind, my brain, or what I want, the outlook that I want in the world. Everything that you listen to will influence that. So I try to stay away from, negative music. And so one thing that I will say that I took from a mentor of mine is, and a fellow runner as well. He says, why not run? It'll be the day that you're running and you see a guy on a wheelchair. Like, imagine what that guy, and that's not to put down the guy on a wheelchair, but imagine that guy or that woman, how they see you. You're running, and you run past them, and they're probably like, man, I wish I could run. So don't take running for granted, because it's something that could be taken away from you in an instant, in a flash, and not everybody has that. So I appreciate running. I enjoy running. I love running. I stretch afterwards. I get a good meal in afterwards. And I just hope that if you are looking to, incorporate that into your lifestyle, I want to encourage you to do it, commit to it, have that discipline, and find different things that allow you to stick to your discipline of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So, but only you can do that. So I can give you tips, or you can get tips from anywhere else in the world, but you have to identify, once again, the biggest thing is your purpose, and understand why you're doing this. And then everything else will kind of fall into place. But understand the purpose and why you're doing it. And that goes, once again, for anything. Education. If you're looking at, taking on a skill, you have to find the purpose of why you're doing it. Otherwise, You'll let it go. It has no deep meaning, and you won't incorporate it into your life. So I hope that helps. And yeah, I'm gonna get ready now, and have a great day, guys. Take care.